Good morning, everyone. Today is June 22nd, 2019, and we're in a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot right now, getting some coffee, getting some food. We are going to my grandmother's house this morning from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. And I brought the power chair because if it ever gets too much, I tend to go outside and I tend to go for walks like around the complex like you've seen in multiple videos. Because honestly it has been getting harder to see her decline, and I pray that she goes peacefully with God, and sometimes I wonder, I'm like, what the heck is she waiting for? Like, I don't know not what the holdup is, but like, what's keeping her here when she's in pain some days and she can't remember anything and she's suffering, and like, what's keeping her here? Because, and I'll tell you what's funny about therapy. CBT talk therapy is 6 months ago I was selfishly wanting her to be around forever, and 6 months later I'm okay and at peace and wanting her to go be with God. Now, before I get hate comments on this, I'm no way wishing death on anyone, and I'm no way doing that. So if you think that and you write that, I'm going to block you, because this is hard enough dealing with this. I just make these videos for me to remember, for my friends to see, and if I can help one person at all with my messy updating of dementia and what we're going through, then it's all worth it to me. But right now, currently, she is in the 6th stage of dementia, and she has been in hospice since December of 2018. But yeah, so that's basically it. Like, we don't know how long this 6th stage will last. I've read anywhere from a year to like 4 years, and I've read from 6 weeks to 6 months. Right now she's at about the 6-month mark, and usually people on hospice are only on it for about a year. So a year would be around Christmas time that she goes to be with the Lord. I don't know. I'm hoping that's not around Christmas time, because that'd be really tough. Winter is tough for me in general, and it is going to be tough because it's also the anniversary of when I got diagnosed with bipolar. It'll be 1 year in January 23rd next year, which is already nuts, like that it's been 6 months. But you know what's weird, guys? Like, not that I'm thinking that, like, because according to my doctors, I've had these symptoms for a really long time, and I had them when I was younger too, but they were also presenting as ADHD, so nobody was looking at bipolar at the time. Like, when I was in school, because I got really, really angry, and my social worker, therapist person was like, why are you really, really angry? And I'm like, well, if I've had these symptoms for 10 years, let's say, or whatever, why couldn't my last therapist, like, pick this up? And, like, why couldn't, my school social worker that I've had for 12 years, I've been in social work since I've been in kindergarten, I've had issues, like, with being anxious and, all that shit and everything. And I was like, why couldn't they pick it up? And she goes, well, because nobody was looking for it. No, you were presenting symptoms that could very easily mirror another diagnosis. And I'm like, but I got my work done. I didn't have issues. I wasn't on medication for ADHD. I was on antidepressants and anti-anxieties we tried them from the time I was 12 to the time I'm still on a few of them, you know? So I just got really upset because I'm like, I went to the freaking hospital and that was the most out of control feeling. Like I would never, seriously, like the amount of issues I've had with people, I would never wish it on my worst enemy at all, ever, because it was literally the worst thing I've ever been through in my entire life. I have felt I had no control over anything, and then once I started stabilizing me, I felt that I even had less control over anything because my brain was being rewired and reworked and this whatever, and I was in more pain, and it was a mess. So I don't wish that on my worst enemy ever. Hold on, people are coming. I realized I didn't bring any of my pills, so my pills are gonna be late this morning. But oh well, they're just anti-anxiety ones. But anyway, I just want to finish my thought real quick. Not that I'm saying that my grandma's going into hospice or dementia caused my manic episode and bipolar and delirium and all that, but I think it was definitely brought on because I had a bunch of feelings that were being bottled up, just around people and situations in life and anything. So I was bottling everything up because I didn't want to bother anyone. But at the same time, when I started calling out people, I had no recognition of anything, and that's why I didn't have my phone for 2 weeks, and then I went private on Instagram for 6 months to block over 200 people. And then I just, I don't know. It's like I wonder if these people ever wonder what I'm doing or what I'm up to, you know? You're gonna wake up?
Yeah, I hope so.
You hope so. Open your eyes so I can see you. Hey. Hey. Whoop. Mom's back. Times when it gets a bit too much to be in Nani's house, I take a break and I come outside to walk around, and that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm gonna up the volume on these clips because apparently the last time I was filming around here, people couldn't hear me, and I want them to hear what I have to say. So but yeah, like I was saying before, not that my grandma having dementia and going into hospice has caused my mental health issues, because they've been apparent for a really long time and there for a really long time. But I think her going into hospice kind of tipped me over the edge. Like, I was dealing okay with everything, and then all of a sudden with the news of her going to hospice, which basically means that we're not doing anything to, we're keeping her company and comfortable, but we're not doing anything to treat the dementia anymore. We're just she was on a medication for a while called Numenda that was helping with some symptoms and some stuff, but we didn't see a real, and when I say we, I mean my family and I, we didn't see a real help with that. So she's off of that currently. But I just try to follow as many people with dementia and as many groups as I can, because even though it's really tough to read and really tough to post and stay active in the whole dementia scene, I think it's very important, because if I can help one person, then all of this is worth it to me, because I constantly was looking for videos and vlogs and, all these things to do with dementia. And when I finally found the groups that I like and the groups that accepted me and, the groups that I've made Facebook friends out of, and following their journeys with dementia and stuff like that, it's just really, I don't know, it's really tough, because I've given up friendships happily to, take care of my grandmother, basically. And some people were not happy with that, and they didn't understand. Some people supposedly said that their family members have had dementia and they're dealing with it as well. Now, I don't know that to be true, because they don't put their medical histories online, and I'm not one to judge another person's medical history, because I'm no doctor. I'm just going by what my grandma's doctors have said. So it's hard when you want people to understand so bad and you want them to freaking care, and they don't, so you have to let them go, because we don't have time for people who are so self-centered that they could give a crap about what you're going through and what your family's going through. And a comment this morning said it perfectly, that when you're going through tough times, you learn who your friends are. And I was shocked by what I learned when I learned that, because I had thought it was going to be one person, and it turned out to be this completely other amazing person. And I don't know, but I mean, maybe one day, who knows, we might reconnect and we might share our lives again. But at this point, I don't see that happening, unless something drastic happens. But I do plan on writing letters to the 3 people who I am no longer friends with after my grandmother passes away. I don't really know why, because it's not like they're gonna care. It's probably not like I'm even gonna get a letter back, but I just feel like I need to tell them, this is the reason why we're no longer friends, and this is the reason why I took a year, 2 years away, because I needed to be there for my grandma. And obviously she is very important to me, and she means a lot to me. So I'm gonna do everything that I can to do the best that I can to be there for her and to help her, and stuff like that, and answer the question of, hey, how's she doing? Yeah, she's doing okay, she's hanging in, even though it's a super hard question to answer, because it's all the church people, and then they're like, hey, how's she doing, every week. And every week I say, she's not good. And they're like, well, does she remember me? And I'm like, well, considering she doesn't even know who I am anymore, I doubt she remembers you, Judy Smith. But, it's just, I think people try their best to be supportive and be helpful, but most of the time it's just they ask really, 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 really hard questions to answer, like, how's she doing? How much more time does she have? Like, is she gonna be okay? Like, and it's just, I don't know. I talked about it with my therapist the other day, and I get really, like, angry. I would say, hold on. I get really, really angry, I would say, at people sometimes because they ask about her, but yet they can't go visit her. That's really, really tough for me because she would be the first one to visit any of these old people if they were sick. And she did that when she was of more sound mind and body. She'd visit whoever needed a friend, and, she'd be there for them, like, as a nurse or, stuff like that. And it's just really difficult to watch her sit. I mean, she has a crap ton of family, so, like, it's not like an actual visitor problem, but it just makes me sad because makes me think about, like, when I get old and ready to go, like, are people actually going to visit you, or are they just saying that they're going to visit you to make you feel better about the situation? Because she used to have a lot of, quote, friends, but, like, I don't consider them friends anymore because they don't really come to visit all that often at all anymore. And that's just really, really sad to me because, like I said, she would visit anyone and anything and do anything that needed to be done. And they just, I don't know. It's like they don't feel like they almost don't care. In a sense, it makes me feel like they don't care that she is dying. And that's really hard because for me, it's like my everything is being taken away from me. And, seeing her deteriorate the way she is super duper hard because I remember her being one way and she is now completely another way, and that is just super hard to deal with because even back in November she was one way, and she was around and alert for Christmas time, and then she slowly started to not be alert anymore, and now June 22nd she doesn't speak, she doesn't really eat, she sleeps all the time, she just kind of is existing and not living, and that is really, really hard to watch when you are used to someone who took care of you for 20 19, 20 years of your life. And then for them to not be around for you anymore. Like, I remember when I had issues with this high school bully, a girl who would bully me and make me feel less than in high school. I remember I would talk to her about everything going on, and she would just kind of counsel me in that sense. And then I remember when everything was going on with my other friendships that ended. Apparently I can't say names because they think that I'm like obsessive, but whatever, it's my vlog. Like, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it, don't subscribe, don't do anything. But like when I had issues with Logan and Danica and, you know, those people, they I remember just thinking, like, because Logan, like, her and I would text a lot, like, and that's really about it. Like, we stopped FaceTiming about 2 years before we quit being friends. And I remember we would text a lot, and I remember when I'd come down here and I'd need to help with Nani, like not getting into the kitchen and not doing whatever. Like, I remember she would get super upset that I like wasn't texting, or I would get upset. I don't remember how it happened, but I think I would get upset that she wasn't texting, because I was kind of looking for someone to like help me get my mind off of everything, and she just wasn't that person, and I wanted her so bad to be that person because she supposedly said that one of her family members has dementia, and I wanted her so bad to like kind of just hug me, virtually and you know, real life, hug me and just say like everything was gonna be okay. And like she couldn't even do that. Like, the day that I told her that she was going into hospice, she didn't, I wouldn't say that I was like wanting to hurt myself at that point or anything like that, but I was definitely not mentally all right. I was definitely panicking a lot, and I was like kind of like all over the place, and you know, whatever. And hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? Hi,
Good,
Papa.
good.
Hey, buddy.
He's gonna check you out.
Yeah, that's fine. Hi, puppy. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, I got 3 puppies of my own at home. That's
Oh, that's why she's so
cool.
interested.
Yeah. Your dog?
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I bring her to hang out with my client. You know, helps her out.
Sweet.
Keeps her company.
Yeah.
So.
Bye, puppy.
Ready? Come on.
Go back to work. Oh, wow.
Now you're getting too invasive.
Yeah. That's how they say hi, I guess.
You know?
Yeah.
Have a good one.
You too. Like, I wanted so bad for someone to just like understand and be like, hey, it's okay, like I'll FaceTime you until you fall asleep or something, you know, like what I used to do for her. But like, I don't know, it just didn't happen that way. And then we just slowly started drifting, and you know, there was no call to see if I was okay, no email, no letter. Like, there was just a card, just one single Hallmark card, And I thought that was in very, very poor taste. Because if it was the other way around, I would make sure that this person knew that I was there and they knew that I would be there if they needed someone. And they did know that I was there, and they did know that I was there to help them, because I did help them seek treatment for mental health issues. And if they deny that, then they're delusional, because I did do a lot of that. And yeah, it's just really hard, and I keep talking about it because I was completely blindsided. And I would try to talk about dementia to this person, and they would be like, I'm here for you, you can talk to me. And then when I would bring it up, like, they would be just like speechless. And like, I understand that it's hard, but like, wouldn't you Google something? Like, even if it was completely wrong, like, at least show the effort that you were Googling. Until like, she didn't start Googling, you guys. Like, she didn't start Googling until like the last day we stopped talking. And I was like, that's just not okay with me. Help me! Having a little plate of cheese and crackers right now, but people are just so judgy. I'm not gonna say who, just because I just don't want any more traffic to them and issues. But again, people are stalking my channel. And commenting on like super old videos back from like April. And one commenter was like, made the point that power wheelchairs, in their opinion, not mine, their opinion, gave you less independence than a manual wheelchair. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Do you see how many thousands upon thousands of people make videos that have power chairs, and they're just like able to go to the grocery store? They're able to, like you guys just saw in the last clip, I was able to ride around my grandma's I was able to ride around my grandma's apartment complex for an hour and vlog, So, just crazy to me how people can judge other people's decisions and whatever. But power chair was definitely notice how I didn't use names in that last video, because I'm really trying not to bring traffic and attention to myself, because I don't want hate followers. I want like real, genuine people who I'm trying to help. But like when people click on that video and they'll see comments about not being independent, like, yikes, friend, yikes, just yikes. Because you want to know a funny story? I was not independent for 2 years. I had to stop going to school. I gained like 20 pounds. I fell into depression for maybe a year. And then the second year was fighting. Every month it seemed like we were going up there for some sort of modification to this junkie chair or some sort of thing to get into the power chair. So I fought for that crap for like 2 years now. So to have someone say that I'm not independent is like, yikes. Because I've been in my friend's house in that chair. I've gone over grass in that chair. I haven't been in grass in years. Because if you know wheelchairs, manual chairs and transport chairs, like the one I used for Vegas, don't go in grass. So being able to go in grass for the first time in like 7 years is freaking amazing. But whatever, I'm done responding to people. If you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it at all. Because you're not helping anyone. Because that video is gonna go viral one day, and some parent is gonna click on it, and some parent is gonna be like, "Wow, I'm really rethinking. Should I get a power chair for my child because I want them to be independent." Da 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 da. So now I'm gonna have to make a pinned comment that says, "People agree to disagree," and y'all, I don't know what goes through people's heads sometimes. Because I would never say that to someone who's making the decision to get a power tool to help them in their lives. Like, what? Like, sister, please. Sally Smith, no. We don't have time for that. All about positivity and helping people. So, leads me to my next statement. If you have any video requests or questions, comments, concerns, discussion topics, if you want me to do a live video about something, if you want me to research something for you, make a video about it, talk about it, anything, and literally anything for you guys, let me know. Because this is our channel together. Even though it's Emily's Life on Wheels, this is our channel.